day in the wood yard, more splitting. So today I have to get this pile of hickory done, and I got to get it done now because I got more wood coming. Yes, I have another truckload of barkless oak, stuff like this right here that you see behind the pile. That is going to be coming today. I got a call from my logger and they're hauling it, so I got to be open. So I got to make room. So I want to get this done. I wanted to get it done last night, but I want to get this done this morning right away. And then I'm going to quick slap together some pallets over there, over in the pallet zone next to the barn, that I can put some sides on, and then scoop this up and get it over there, because the wood that's coming is going to be put right in here is the plan. I'm going to put some of it on the other side where that opening where the hickory was, and then some right in front here. You probably can get the whole load right in here. That's the plan, because there's probably going to be 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 more loads coming from them. Yes, a bunch more. And I've got wood that I'm going to be going and getting that is some ash that is available to me. Lots of it, like a couple semi-loads, but I got to haul it with my trailer because it's the only way I can get it, because I have to take my tractor to load it and all that. So anyway, lots of wood coming in, and I got to get production done. I got to get stuff made. I also have that pile of wood over there I want to get done. That is for my boiler wood customer, and that is all big stuff that won't go through the processor, so it's going to require hand cutting. It's cut to 20 inches, and then that's all got to be split into the trailer and delivered early next week. So that's kind of in the way. I want to get that done too. So I think my goal for today, number one, get this done. Once this is done, then I can accept that load of wood that's coming. Then I can start cutting on that pile over there, get all that cut. I wouldn't necessarily split it today, but I can get it all cut so that it is ready to be split and put right into the trailer. And then I can start working on building more bins. So good thing it's a nice day today. It's about 60 degrees right now. Sun's up, obviously, this morning, and beautiful day to be outside. It's too bad you guys are sitting in your cubicle or on your throne this morning. It is a great day to be alive in the wood yard. So time to get to work. peasy. There it is. A pile of hickory is cut and split. It's awesome when you finish a job. It's not done yet though. I still got to move this to a bin. So what I did there is, as I was going, I cleaned up kind of underneath the splitter, and I moved most of the debris over into a pile over here. So it's not going to be in this, or for the most part it won't be, because when I put it into the bin, I don't want a bunch of debris and I want it as clean as possible. This concrete, unbelievable for working on. It's so nice. It's going to be awesome. And the splitter worked fantastic. We had one tragedy. You probably saw that happen. There's a camera. Yes, that's the camera. Here's some parts to it. This was the back screen. So you can see it got a little, just a dent in it. It's going to probably leave a permanent mark in it, I'm thinking. I don't know that it's going to heal. But the good news is it still works. I still have my front screen, and that's still working. So I'll still be able to record with it. But this is the camera that I have had a cracked screen now for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. But yeah, what I did was, I think, I gotta remember right here, I think it was on the wedge. I know, maybe it might have been on a push plate. And I was going forward, it hit, and it fell down in here, and it got pinched between this and this down here. So yeah, not good. The lens is still good. The frame around it got a little squished, and the back screen is mangled, but I've had this camera now for over, I think, 2 years. I've had the camera that I'm recording with right now and this one. I bought these two, and most of my GoPros never made it a year before they would just quit working. They would be, they just decided not to work anymore, and these have been just phenomenal. So it's not the end of the world. I have been wanting to get another new camera anyway. So this is an Action 4, and the one I'm recording with is an Action 4. Now there's a 5 or a 6, I don't even know what's out now. It's a DJI, and that's what I'll be getting another one soon. So, but this still works. So this will be a camera that I can strap to places where it shouldn't be, like it kind of always has been. I've always put it, like, you know, up on the wedge here, or up on the push plate, or up there, put it down here. It's been knocked over so many times and smashed and hit, but I think this is going to leave a permanent mark. I don't know that I can repair this, but it's still working, so there's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop all this up with the tractor bucket. First, I'm going to clean up the rest of this debris here, and we're going to scoop all this up. I'm thinking that I don't think there's 3 full cords. It's probably 2.5 is my guess. That's just what I think. You guys tell me, what do you think? What does that look like? Does that look like 2.5 or 3? I know it's more than 2. It's well more than 2. I'm thinking 2.5. So I am first going to go and clean up this debris. I'm going to scoop up this debris right here, get that shoveled into the bucket. I am going to scoop up some of this debris because I shoved some over here, and we're going to get that cleaned up because I got to get this cut up too. So I'm going to clean this area up a little bit. Then I'm going to go get a tote. I'm going to put in those chunks and these chunks, and then I'm going to go build a bin, or part of a bin anyway. I'm going to build, like, at the back half. I'm going to put this hickory into it today, because I've got another load of wood coming this afternoon, which you're going to probably see tomorrow. It won't be on today's video. Probably shoot that separately, and I want to put it right where this is. So I'm going to have to dig my grapple out of there, obviously, get that out of there, and I'm going to put all the wood back along here, like half the load, and then the other half right here in front, because I kind of want to leave it open as much as possible on the concrete so that we can come in here and work and do things. So I'm trying to keep most of the wood to the outside, and I'll probably be getting a second and a third, maybe a fourth, maybe a fifth load of this, and it's going to be the same kind of stuff. It's going to be this barkless oak, and it's going to be smaller stuff that will run through the processor really nice. So, and again, I've marked this, separating it here. So everything that's got a red hash mark on it, paint mark, is the stuff that I know is going to be wet, and the stuff that looks like this, and this, and this, these are going to be dry, the smaller ones. And I've been putting those over there, right in between those 2 log piles, right straight on the opposite side of the wolf ridge in front of my truck. I've been putting all the dry stuff over there, because that can sit for a long time. I don't need to get to that, because when I cut and split it, it will be dry. And right now there's probably a third of a load over there, and there's probably maybe half of this, maybe not quite half of this is going to be dry. The next load I'm getting some of the same stuff. Half of that's going to be dry. So that stuff I can do as I need it and deliver it right away. The stuff I want to get going on is the stuff that's the wet stuff on the inside, the stuff that is not totally dry. I want to get that going because then I want to get it processed and put into that big bin that I built over there. And I'm going to fill at least 2 or 3 bins because I've not only got that bin over there that all of that wet stuff has got to go in. I also have all of the wet stuff that's over here on the other side of the truck, and this is mostly white oak here. This here is all 8-foot, 100-inch white oak right here. There's some more up on top, and then these here are 16-footers. And so this is a whole semi-load here that came from Logger Jason. So this is all going to get put into a different bin because I want to keep the white oak separate. If I get people that want white oak for smoking meat, I want to be able to have it for them. That has priority. That is probably one of the biggest projects I got to get going on as soon as possible because I got to get that stuff drying now because I only have a little bit of white oak left. So, all right, time to go build a bin, clean up some debris, move some hickory splits so they can start drying. I can hear them drying now. Hear them going pink, 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 pink. For those of you that have got fresh cut wood in, you stack it in a pile, especially if it's green, and you've got it in a big load, and it's a hot, sunny day and the sun is on it, you can actually hear the wood drying. You seriously can. You can hear it, you can hear it crack, like pink, pink. You'll actually hear it, which is awesome. So, all right, back to work. Now recently I had a comment from a guy saying like, it must be nice for that bucket to have a person that can load it without having the bucket have to do the work. But I guess I'd have to say that first of all, I didn't have a backstop to push against. And if you don't have a backstop with, sawdust where it's real light, you just push on it and it just keeps moving. So you really can't scoop it up. And my magic shovel, yes, that's a magic shovel, works great for loading the bucket. And if you really want to do a job good, you almost have to have some manual tools to get it done. And this shovel, I have shoveled, I don't know how much, I mean, probably tons of sawdust and debris and bark and crap and just stuff. And it is the fastest way to load the bucket. And if I'm going to be driving way back to where I have my brush pile that we're going to be burning with all the debris, this is the fastest way to do it. Now, if I had 2 tractors with 2 buckets, yes, I could push them against each other. Or if I had the actual sawdust up against, say, like a log pile and then the log in front of it, I'd be able to have something to push against. And a lot of people would say, oh, you need to get some mafia blocks, or, the big cement blocks somewhere. Well, then you're just still pushing it all over the place. And remember, for those of you that have been around a while, you know this, but for you new people, the number one reason I cut firewood is for exercise. And there is nothing like working with a shovel for exercise. My old moldy, rotten, stiff carcass needs exercise. The more I do this, the better I feel. I sleep better, I eat better, everything's better. Number 2 is better, everything. And cleaning this stuff up with the shovel works great. On the concrete is fantastic. So there you go. That's about all I got to say about that. The shovel works great. It is just a wonderful tool. There's a reason that they were invented. Look at that, starting to come together. Been at this for just a little over an hour, and all I gotta do is finish this corner off right now. Just went and checked my phone, and my trucker is on his way. He said he'd be here in about an hour and a half because he's coming from quite a ways away with a load of dead oak. That's what I want, the dead stuff, because it will be very dry, a lot of it anyway. So I'm gonna finish this off, and we're gonna hop on the tractor then. It's right here with the bucket, and we're gonna scoop up all of that hickory, and we're gonna put it in here. That is the plan. I made it basically 2.5 pallets wide. I took the skinny ones and put them in the middle here, and then here I put some over the top. I put some log under there to keep them off the ground, so it'll get a lot of airflow through here. It's busted up concrete under here, but there's also sections where there's some dirt. It looks kind of like this underneath there, so there's cracks and dirt. I mean, there's concrete underneath here. I didn't sweep it all off, but it's mostly gone. Here's where it's actually the worst, right in there. I'll probably put some gravel in there, but over there it's better. So I'm gonna be able to put 1, 2, 3, 4 more sections like this. Now this one is 5, that one is 6 long. And I went out kind of to the edge of the concrete here because here's the road, and I obviously want to be able to plow through here, and I want a little bit of space just in case there's a little bit of snow, but I'll be able to scoop this out of here hopefully when the snow happens. But there it is. So yeah, and we're 5 by 2.5, almost 3 wide. So pretty big. That hickory will take up more than half of this. So this might end up being just hickory in here. I probably just keep putting hickory in here if I get more, and I want to get more. So that is kind of the plan. So what I plan on doing is putting it to the back, you know, filling that in, and then do this last in here. But all right, time to quit talking and do some more wiring. It's in the bin!